Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? I know this is not how you used to seeing me. I tried the natural thing. This is like a whole bunch of hair product, which is weighing my hair down and it made the shrinkage completely real. Um, but besides that, I'm coming to you about my journey, um, getting my business up and running. Finally got my website up. Is 100% no. I'm doing this journey on my own. I paid a group on Facebook to do my website, but I ended up having to do it myself. Um, the meetings weren't satisfying what I needed, and then I was scheduled meetings, but I didn't get my phone calls. But that's neither here or there. So I'm pretty much left stuck by myself, and then I know it may seem like I'm doing a whole bunch of things at once instead of just focusing on one thing. But focusing on one thing at a time could leave me with nothing done and, just a bunch of stuff saying that I need to get done and nothing being worked on. So, this is a very, very scary part of my life and in my business because prior, I was working, and I was working two full time jobs. Two full time jobs help me pay for my business and all the expenses and things like that. Help me meet bills and pay things off and keep my credit where it needed to be and my credit usage low. Since I have been unemployed, um, I'm not making the money. Of course, I'm not making the money that I was making working two full time jobs. So I'm literally building my business up from the ground, completely on my own. And if you remember any of my videos, I initially um, thought that I was going to be doing what my business back in 2021. But I got hired on because the job that I had was a contract job. And they said that there was no opportunity to become full time. So I set myself up with being a notary, which is supposed to be going hand in hand because I wanted to take care of office needs, restaurants or whatever, as far as clothing, apparel, um, maybe office supplies and stuff like that. But my business took a shift. It's not you that determines, it's your customers that determines how they use you and what they want to use you for. And a lot of people love shirts. They just love shirts. A lot of people love birthday shirts, shirts that say something, that make a statement. So I've grown to actually love doing shirts and making shirts. I just um, had to learn everything from the bottom. So I wasted a lot of money, and I'm not saying wasted, it was part of the process. But because in the beginning, you make a lot of mistakes. You're getting your materials together, you're trying to learn your materials, the temperatures. There's so many different variables when it comes to doing stuff. And also, people love my crafting. Let me show y'all what I'm doing now, what I just did. This is a set of two bottles. Isn't that shine pretty? So this is a shot glass. Ain't that pretty? It is so gorgeous to me. And then this is the other glass. It looks like it's maybe a juice glass. I liked it. And so these bottles are freaking fabulous. So I designed that. I did that, and that's one of a kind. You can request services on my website, nefsoneofakindllc.com, or you can create your own apparel on my website as well. But if you have a crafting need, or if you need assistance with, your design because maybe you don't like your design, but you need something with it on there, drop me a line. I'll be happy to assist. Let me show you this other set. Ain't that pretty? And there's two glasses, but I'm only going to show you one. So that goes with that. So, back to what I was saying, getting sidetracked. So people really like the shirt. So pretty much shifting everything for shirts. And then along the way, I developed a taste for my own products, such as Neff's One of a Kind and N1K. N1K is my logo with the splash, and then Neff's One of a Kind is my business name. They're both in the middle of being registered trademarks, so I have to um, do certain things. I'm at the last stage, and I got my website published, so they needed to see it in e-commerce. So now that they can see it in e-commerce, hopefully we can go ahead and move on to the next step on what they need. It's a very long process, and it's very costly. So far, I believe I may have spent over $3,000, and that's for both, between both of my logo and my business name to get them registered trademarks. I have a lot of ideas that I want to do with them, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. It's so much to talk about. But let me get back. So my website, launching my website. Launching my website was scary. I reached out to one of the vendors. They haven't had a free service that's supposed to help you install some of their stuff on my website. It was really hard communicating because they're like GMT, so we're like 6 or 7 hours difference. So while it's morning here, it's nighttime there. And so I had so many questions. I guess I probably got on their nerves, which is, I understand. But if you're in a business, you know that I'm reaching out to you because I need answers and I need assistance. But I didn't get that. So I asked them some very important questions because they're part of my business, and I didn't get the information. So I'm on a hunt today to go find these answers out for myself. And at the same time, I will be looking for another vendor, one that actually can communicate. The day I was supposed to launch my website, there was so many different things going on. I had to get another computer. I had to take my daughter to and from work. Like, everything was going on to keep me away from launching my website, and I was nervous. I skipped a couple steps, like ordering samples and stuff, because it was like taking too long. Right now, like I said, I'm not working, so everything costs money, so I had to cut corners where I could. Am I proud of it? No, I'm not. But for right now, this is what I have to deal with, because it's always going to be an excuse on why you don't do something versus explaining why you did it and not waiting. It's a very scary time in my life because I've always maintained employment, and I didn't have to worry about a roof over my head and things like that. And right now I am. I got some money, but I'm not able to pay all my bills. So after I do these videos, which is taking up a lot of time, I have to venture into other things as far as to solicit more business and get more traffic into my store. So that's other things that I need to do. So it's always going to be something, especially business. And I'm making business connections. So things are moving along. And I do believe that I have a positive future, with my business. I believe that it just takes time. And if I, for whatever reason, take a step back and happen to maybe lose my place or anything like that, because I'm trying to get my business up and going, it's going to be completely worth it. It's going to be completely worth it because you have to take a L. You have to crawl before you walk. And I'm I'm crawling right now. And as much as I love my place or anything, I'm not gonna give up my business versus downgrading to something else, even having to stay with someone um, temporarily till I get the business that I need reoccurring so I can meet my financial needs. It's all a process. I want to get my stuff in stores too, but I actually don't even have all my designs up on my website. Everything is a process. I just can't explain that enough. And I have to do enough just to get the ball rolling. Because like I said, there's always gonna be an excuse on not to do something. And so I try to take a step forward and I can come back and correct whatever I need to. This may not work for everybody. It may not make sense to anybody, but this what works for me for me to get the ball going in the direction of my goals to get things accomplished. So this is where I am now. Um, I feel very hopeful for my business. I'm making the right connections. I am um, partnering with a non-for-profit organization to do good in the community. Um, I like to help this non-for-profit organization out. It's called He Cares, and he does a lot of stuff for the community, our youth, and our elderly. A lot of people forget about the elderly. Y'all have to really, your grandparents and stuff like that, give them a call. Take them to the store. Just talk to them. Paint their nails. Have a cup of coffee with them. We have to stop ignoring our elders because they're older. We don't discard our elders. No, that's not what we do. And we need to give them just as much love as we would anyone else, you know? So I partner up with He Cares and I try to help out wherever I can. This is completely off subject, but I feel like I need to share it. My nephew, um, he is not my blood, but I call him my nephew because I love him, regardless if we're blood or not. He's my son's friend, and they grew up together. Um, so he has a 4-year-old child that was caught in a crossfire. It got hit by bullets. So it's been on the news here in Indianapolis. It's a big shebang, big mess. The backstory, I won't get into it. It has nothing to do with me. I just care about the child. So, um, I contacted my nephew and I wanted to do something for him, but I didn't have the money. And this is going on currently right now. Today is Sunday at 1:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I reached out to him and I explained to him I don't have any money to donate because he asked me to share a GoFundMe. And I'll put it in my in the description as well if you like to donate to the family for the little boy. But I told him I wasn't able to give anything financially, but what I can do is I can hold a wine and canvas session and donate all the proceeds. So he finally responded, and he said, Auntie, I wanted to do that. I'll go ahead and do that. He said, but I don't know nobody. I don't either. I don't have a business, but I don't reach a lot of people, okay? So that kind of creates a problem. So who did I think about? He Cares. I called my friend and I explained to him and talked to him about my nephew. And it was like an aha moment because he's like, I've been trying to reach out to him anyway to do something for him, but he wasn't able to get in contact with him. I'm saying, well, you know what? I reached out to him. I'm waiting for him to respond so we can see what we can do. I want to do my thing for him, and then He Cares wants to do something for them as well. So I finally get in contact with my nephew, and he acknowledges the person from He Cares. as being one of the people that used to be there for him as a youth and had programs in place to help him stay out of trouble as a youth and keep him occupied and busy, and had other mentoring things going on. So he said, "Oh, I didn't know that was him," because he had been trying to reach out to him through someone else, which is, I guess, the mother's cousin. And he said, "Well, yeah, I'll talk to him." So right now we're in the middle of reaching each other on each other's schedule, so we can get it set up. But my part and version of it is I'm going to do a wine and canvas, or cookies and canvas, or juice and canvas, whatever it's going to be called. I'm going to keep the price the same because it's going to be donated to the family. So it's a fundraiser, really, and I'm going to have to make provisions for a bigger location, which is going to be fine. So I'm doing everything that I can as a business, to help others, including helping myself while I do my struggles. But the thing is, God is going to provide, and I believe that everything will work itself out. I just have to keep on pushing in the directions that I want to take my business to. He Cares is a wonderful wonderful way to give back to society, and to help out with our youth and our elders, which is a huge problem today, especially our youth more than our elders. But elders need just as much help, so it's kind of hard to say which is more important than the other, because like our health elders they're not able to maintain, you know, things that they need to, because they have medication and they're having to decide on what to purchase or what not to purchase. House repairs are not getting done. Meanwhile, people are actually living there, and it's just situations. So I'm not going to say the youth is more important than the elders. I'm not going to say the elders is more important than the youth. I'm just going to say it's pretty much equal, and they both need attention. I'm going to say the elderly will get less attention, because a lot of people forget about them. So that's what's going on now. My house is a mess. I don't want to show you my house. My office is a mess. Everything's a mess. I had to make these bottles and get these orders started, so I can go ahead and move on. I have to watch these videos to answer my own questions so I can understand what exactly I'm into, what my options are, so on and so forth. So this is it. I will be following up with you guys later to let you know how I did. I got my first sale last night. I did. And my website again is Neff's One of a Kind, LLC.com. Like I said, I don't have everything on there. A lot of stuff is just placeholders until I get my stuff on there. But it still looks good right now for you to make a purchase. You can create your own stuff on there, like hoodies and shirts and aprons and baby shirts and children's shirts, just different stuff. If you need help with designing anything, drop me a request and I'll be happy to contact you and help you with that design. If you need something crafted, such as this or something else, it doesn't matter if it's crafts, reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist. Other than that, I wish you guys the best. Please pray for me, pray for my nephew. If you'd like to give a donation, I'm going to put the information in my description for the GoFundMe. And I'm also will make another video in reference to the fundraiser for the family that I'm going to hold, and also for He Cares, once we discuss what they're going to do. This is a scary time. You know, we're in the middle of a recession, whether they talk about it or not. And prices are, inflation is very high. So we'll see what happens. And of course, nothing but the best will happen because we're going to speak it into existence. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful day.